we discovered is as I was riding it, I noticed these were shaking, and then when we got done riding it, they obviously came loose. It's a simple fix, but it's a warning for me to make sure that when I get this out of the box, that I go around and I check all the screws, nuts, and bolts. And I'd highly recommend applying Loctite to things that are not going to get removed frequently, and that'll help save their body. Okay, so when I took it apart, I just took these metric bolts out, and I noticed that, you know, it's all metric threads. Everything has been sort of an Allen wrench, except for now I noticed that the screw that holds the headlight on is actually a Phillips head. So I highly recommend taking some Loctite, and you basically just take one little drop and put it on the end. It doesn't take a lot. You can see there, it's just barely showing. Right here, it's just a little bit discolored on the end. That's where I put just a tiny touch of Loctite, and that's all it takes. Because all it does is it helps it prevent from falling out when the vibrations start when you're going down the road. So you put the piece in there, tighten it up, and as you screw it together, the Loctite mates in the threads. Tighten it up, and it's nice and snug.
How long should you wait after you put the Loctite in?
So the Loctite is, when it dries, it's pretty, it dries fairly fast. And so when it dries up, it's pretty much ready to go. And just make sure it's parallel to the flat that's on there. So there's actually a flat that this piece fits into. And then reassemble it back up onto the bike. And what I would do is, on each one of these, you can see that there's threads in here. There isn't a nut on the back. And again, I would use Loctite on these two guys. And the thing about Loctite, it's not permanent, so you'll be able to turn these. It just won't be really easy. So you just put one little drop like that, and you can see that it just wicks its way right around the threads, and that's all you need, is just a little small drop. It doesn't take a lot. And then reassemble this guy back up.
A lot of scooters have a few kind of like issues.
Because you're tightening a screw that is steel into aluminum, this is an aluminum screw, aluminum body. You don't want to tighten on it so tight that you strip out the aluminum. So what I recommend is you go tight, and then you go about a quarter turn. And do that for both, and you have the Loctite in there, quarter turn. And that baby's nice and snug.
Do you think that's going to pop out now on...
I don't think it's going to pop out because we've Loctited the screw in.
Okay.
And another thing is we've Loctited these guys in. So now this will be nice and sturdy and strong.
And what about positioning it, you know, towards the ground?
So when I look at these guys, there's 5 LEDs in here, and there's 6 actually, 2, 4, 6 LEDs, and they're very bright. And so the way these are made, each one is its own cone, so it's actually throwing out a pattern that's going to be a bloom pattern rather than a spotlight pattern. And so I think at night you'll maybe want to look at what the position is, but I think you're going to find it just lights up the whole outside of the cart, and it won't be an issue for you. But very easy to adjust.
You can always adjust. You just unscrew that a little bit.
And it has Loctite in there, so understand when you go to loosen it, it'll be a little bit snugger than what you'd be used to. But because the Loctite's in there, you don't have to take the screw out and re-Loctite it. It'll actually stay in there, and it'll actually still create the friction in there you need to keep the screws from loosening up.
Great.
So I'm going to do the same to this side now. And I'm just going to kind of even them up, maybe point this one down just a little bit further than that one is up, just so we get coverage top and bottom. And here again, quarter turn. This one too, quarter turn. That's all you need to do. If you do more than that, you're probably going to strip out this body. So that's it.
Okay. Thanks, Uncle Jim.
You're welcome.
We found out that the right side handlebar is sticking, and we weren't able to pry it loose, and we had to take a couple wrenches to get it to come off. So
we can see where it was sticking, so I'm just taking a flat blade file and I'm just cleaning up those edges where it's sticking. So hopefully with that, a little bit of WD-40, we'll be good to go. I really like this scooter. After our last test drive, I've gotten more comfortable driving it. I've gotten a feel for, you know, for never using a scooter before, shifting my weight to the back when I go to stop, so I don't have any issues. See how nice and smooth that's moving now?
Do that again?
So
oh, it's pulling out fine now.
Yeah, so
So what was going on? The metal was just a little too...
Yeah, the metal gets, you know, this aluminum is a soft material, and so sometimes when they machined it, it gets hot, maybe expanded a little bit. And so when they put this together, they probably just did a quick fit chest, make sure they could engage it. But, you know, if you're out there and you're doing this, you don't want to be filing, you know, in the back of your car or something. So all I'm doing is I'm just taking the high edges off where it's going to hang up. As you can see, it just slips on and off now. And I'm going to put a little bit of WD-40 on there.
And now does it... Oh, and you know, the handlebar is solid. It's not really going up and down, which is, that's a problem with the left side too. There's the hair of play, but really not enough to be, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a little
sticky, but I'm going to put some WD-40 inside of here, and that'll just make this just slip on and off easy peasy, just like that.
Cool.
And I'm going to put a little bit on this side. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to pull this back.
This one seems to be...
See, it's rubbing a little bit here too, so I'm going to just clean that edge up. That's just going to guarantee that down the road when you go to...
You should just make your own scooter, Uncle Jim.
Yeah. I prefer having somebody else make it, and then I just get to tweak it a little bit to make it be mine. And all I'm doing is I'm just taking this little burr off that I think is from factory machining, because it's just rubbing on that area, and it might even, from the factory, they might have even filed it, and that's why there was no anodizing on it, because it was hanging up a little bit. I'll put a little WD-40 down in there. I'd highly recommend putting WD-40 on all the joints, actually. Anything that you're taking apart and disassembling, because then it'll just come nice and loose for you when you need it to.
How's that one doing?
Let's see. Yep, even that's doing well.
Better, huh?
Yeah.
So it can now be, it was basically unable with a human hand.
Where I wouldn't put WD-40 on this bike is I wouldn't put it here on this this hand piece. You get this to where it's too loose, you could actually pull it out when you're going down the road over a bump.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't put it here, but things that you're going to be popping apart and things that are loose, like kickstands and things like this, I'd put a little WD-40 in there. I'd probably put a little WD-40 down inside this little guide just to keep rust and stuff from forming on the cables. So cool. Because I don't see any Zerk fittings to grease them, so a little maintenance, a little WD-40 on moving parts. And you don't ever put oil or WD-40 on a sprocket or a brake or anything like that, because you'll lose the braking power.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning up the scooter.
Yeah.